So I'm walking to my car now. Classes are done. I don't even know if you can see my face, honestly, because I'm walking away from the sun, so it's really bright right behind me. Classes are done for the day. I'm hoping no one sees me because I'm so self-conscious about filming still. But I don't know, I'm just watching all these people run laps around campus. It's very entertaining. But I have to go to work now. Someone's swapping my shift, so I'll let you know about that in a minute. Walk down, it's really shaky because I'm using the other camera facing the other way. But all these people were just laying down on the field and now they're running backwards. And they're running forwards. And are they gonna run backwards again? No, I think it's a baseball team. So, you know, it's just weirdly entertaining to walk down here. Just walking my car and I look over and all these people are just flattened on the ground. So that just happened. These steps are too big and then they get small and I can make steps and then they get big again and I can't, so I just hate these steps. They're so badly designed. The end of a very, very long day. I swear it didn't take this long to get through the day, whatever day I was here last Friday. But it's Labor Day, and I had school, which sucked. I mean, I would have had work too, because of course, you know, Labor Day, let's celebrate the working classes by having the working class go to work to do your job so everyone else can have the day off. I'm not bitter or anything. But we had school, because that's just how this university rolls. We're going to have school on a holiday, yeah. So I had class, so I did that. But my teacher, we go to this class, right, Beyond Britain, and the teacher, he's like, I want everyone to take out the books that they were supposed to have read over the weekend. So I had mine by chance. It's like, I might as well bring it. You know, maybe I'll read some more of it on my big giant break this afternoon. So I took it out, and he wanders around, he looks at everyone's books, and he says, alright, anyone who doesn't have their books, this is a grace period. You need to have your books in class every time we're going to be discussing them. Otherwise, we're going to be docking points. And I'm over here like, the heck? Because that's not like a real rule. We're just reading the books and then discussing the theme in class. We're not quoting from it, nothing, and it's like, what even? So it's a good thing I bring my books all the time anyway, because I'm a type A paranoid student. So, you know, I had it, even though it was grace period and we're not going to lose points, but everyone else is like, oh, come on. So, because some people have ebooks, and it's like, seriously, do ebooks count? He's like, yeah, ebooks count, though paper copies are better. But, you know, whatever. Our group work from the last week was really well. We would have gotten an A on it, so it's like, yes, gold star to us. My cough is much better. You know, I had the whole weekend to recover, even though I was working. I don't know, I had the whole week off for school from work, and it was like, ugh, working sucks. Why can't I just get paid to take in oxygen some days? You know? So, that happened. But at the very least, I don't have to open on Saturday, which is the next day that I work, because I can only work weekends now. I don't have to open the store, which would entail me being there at 6:30 in the morning. And I hate that, because I have to leave the house at 6, so I have to be up by 5. So, I'm not doing that. I swapped my shift with someone else, so now I'm closing the store on Saturday, which is much nicer, so I can sleep in, and then to go and stay until 10 when the store closes. And I like to close. It's not just hard. You know, things quiet down pretty quick after, you know, dinner time at least. But, you know, the managers and whatnot don't leave till after 5, so, you know, I have a lot of backup if I need it. So, that'll be fine. But yeah, my cough's almost better. I'm not, you know, dying as much as the other day. I can mostly suppress the urge to cough now, so that's always a plus. Creative nonfiction was good. We had to discuss this piece by Virginia Woolf called The Moth, which, you know, I read it and it was like, yeah, okay. Not something I would write about or voluntarily read, but, you know, good enough, I guess. My teacher, Hawaii, she was reading us passages of it, which takes a long time to read out loud, so there wasn't a whole lot of class discussion time, because so much of it was reading aloud to us. So there wasn't a lot of work today. But yeah, for Wednesday we have to read some more stuff and just kind of explore the online learning management software, Canvas, because it's brand new and no one likes it, except me, because I'm used to it, but that's besides the point. So that's all the assigned work is, you know, do that. I have to read more of the Things Fall Apart by, I don't remember his first name, Achebe. It's the last name of the author. Very famous book, a piece of African literature. Kind of interesting, but it's not like a culture that I'm used to reading about, so everything is like, ooh, what's this? What's this? there's terms everywhere that I have no idea what they mean. So I just discovered today that there's a glossary in the back of the book. It's like, you could have told me this 7 chapters ago when I really needed it, but that's besides the point. So that was my day. It was a lot of just sitting around there doing some kind of renovation and cleaning work on my favorite hangout spot on campus. So I had to sit somewhere else, which, you know, it's like, this is injustice. This is an indignity, an assault on my human nature of something. You know, this is a human rights issue. How dare you take away my favorite chair to clean? You know, just leave it. You know, I don't care. Just vacuum around it. But hopefully it'll be put back together by Wednesday, because I'm going to be too busy tomorrow to do anything. I start my placement for observations tomorrow morning, so I get to be up at 5. I have to be out of the house by 6 at the earliest, 6:15 at the latest, to drive to the school to be there on time for 7, for the classes to start at 7:30, for me to stand there and observe this teacher for hopefully 2.5 hours. I want to be back at the school by 11 for lunch, so probably until 10:45-ish. We'll see what the class schedule looks like and how many classes I can cram in. Everyone I've talked to who's had this teacher is like, oh, she's the best. She's such a sweet lady. So I'm hoping this will go well. But we're going to see how that rolls. I'm going to go home now after I swing by work. And I don't know, I guess I'm just going to do some homework because I have some kind of author project thing due tomorrow that I've barely looked at. Gold star to me. But I think I can hash that out tonight. See what I have to do for my history class, and then maybe if I have time, I'll play some computer games. I really doubt I'll have time, because it'll be bedtime, and I want to go to bed early so I can get up at a ridiculous hour tomorrow. But we'll see how that goes. And, you know, that's my life right now. As I go to school, I come home from school, I do homework, and then I go back to school. Yay! I'm driving home now. You can see the scenery whizzing by, which is why I can't really look at the camera too often, because driving, and I might be technically illegal in my state, but we're going to ignore that little factoid for a few minutes. Just up by work, and I'm over here, I'm looking for these shift swap forms, right? And I'm like, Stacy, who's my boss, I'm like, Stacy, I can't find these flipping forms. She's like, don't be my husband, look for them. And I said, I did look for them. She said, look again. So I go and I page through literally every single flipping page in this huge binder. And it's like, they're not here, Stacy. She's like, oh, I'll do it for you. And she comes over and she's like, they aren't here. Someone didn't copy more. I'm going to beat that someone with a stick. So I said, well, I'm swapping shifts with, you know, Abby, because I don't want to open, and she has a thing that she's going to, so she can't close. And she's like, all right, fine, I'll just make a note that you spoke to me. That's no big deal. But, you know, I just love my boss. You know, she's like, I'm just going to beat someone up, because that's my thing. And hang on, I have to take a turn, so I'll be back. So there we go. Don't want to, you know, have you spinning head over heels with my video cameraing. So, kind of an unfortunate report. Talking to my fine arts friend, and oh man, still dying. I lied, my cough's not getting better. Oh, I feel like I'm, gross. Anyway, that's the point. So my fine arts friends, I was talking to them the other day, and, well, language, like, you can't even read about because they would refuse to publish it for obscenity. So, that's terrible, because I hate language like that. You know, I can't stand it. You know, I'm used to it a lot of the time from work, but, you know, it's not something I enjoy, and they were just like, they curse them worse than sailors. They make sailors blush, honestly, and it's like, you guys are not so much lovely ladies that I thought you guys were. And then one of them was like, oh, well, I want to go back to my room to make jello shots. I'm over here like, don't you live in a substance-free dorm? She's like, I didn't see any signs posted. And I'm like, the hell? Because, seriously, you will get yourself booted, or at least, you know, disciplined. It's your last year, and you really want to do that to yourself? So, you know, that happened. So, you know, maybe they're going to be friends in passing, so not so much as hang out friends. You know, their cool persona has faded a little, which is really disappointing. But in good news, my creative nonfiction friend Joey, you know, their cool persona hasn't faded. You know, their eyeliner is intimidating, but they're just, like, totally charming. You know, they're just so sweet. I got her number today so we can text, but because she's really concerned, looking for cops and cars to not run anyone over. Because she's trying to figure out the software Canvas that the online system uses, right? And she's like, I can't do it. I'm so used to paperwork. Can you just tell me the assignments? Because I can't submit. I can't find the class. It's just awful. And so I'm like, I'll help you, dear. Don't worry. Find student orientation. She's like, I tried. I can't. So, you know, I'm going to tutor her on Canvas so she can, you know, actually, you know, do her work. Turns out she's in the same Beyond Britain class that I am, but she's in the next section. So I have the first class at 10, and then she has the next class at noon. So that happened, we discovered. So I said, she was in trouble today because she didn't bring her book to class. You know, I just told you that whole story. So she didn't bring her book, so she was in trouble, and she was so upset. And I said, well, you know, teacher said we can set up these kind of like loan systems between the classes. You know, if one student wants to buy the book and just share it with the other student to do the work for the classes. And I said, well, I always bring my book, so what can happen is, you know, I'll have my book for my class, and then if you forget it, you just go, Jess, help, because I don't have my book. And, you know, here I am, Captain Dogfish, to your rescue. So, you know, I'll just give her my book for the day, and then I'll see her again later for creative nonfiction. So, yeah, we actually share 2 classes, and we just didn't know it. So that happened. You know, she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you do that for me. It's like, it's so much common sense, because no one wants to be on this teacher's bad side. I'm over here like, I can't believe I signed up for this class to be honors. You know, I think you'll be alright once I'm writing, but he's a little nitpicky with the book discussion part. So, I was falling asleep, honestly. You know, like the other day, I actually managed to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon, which hasn't happened to me since, like, 2nd grade. So I don't know how tired I was that I was able to just sprawl on the couch and sleep for a good 45 minutes to an hour. So that happened, but then it was the same time today, a little earlier actually, and then it was like I could just sleep through this class, but that would be bad since I said I'm an honors student. You want to make a good first impression, right? So, not going to sleep through class, going to stay awake, going to do this, folks, going to do this. Going to the farm for milk! Say hi, Ben. That's my brother Ben. He's awesome. He really likes this game. Right, Ben?
No.
It's the only word he knows. Right, Ben?
No.
Got milk for the farm. Any comments, Ben? Apparently not.